Hello, welcome to All These Repairs. Today I will be showing you how to replace the handbrake cables in your VW Cabriolet. This also applies to all Mark 1s as well. Fairly straightforward procedure. I'll also be showing you how to adjust them. Commonly handbrake cables, there's a plastic sheeting and inside there's metal and a metal cable that runs inside. That plastic sheeting will get some cuts in it and then the cable will rust inside and then your handbrake really doesn't work and it's super stiff. Also, after you've replaced some rear brakes or anything like that, almost always you need to readjust your handbrake, so we'll be covering all that in today's video. For this video you will need 10mm wrenches, a 10mm socket, a screwdriver, the handbrake cables that you're replacing, a rubber mallet, as well as my proper rear bearing and brake replacement and assembly video. Here we remove the plastic cover, raise the handbrake a bit, and then just be mindful of these two hooks that hold the cover on. You're going to need two 10mm wrenches to crack loose this double nut system right here. Once those screws are removed, raise this all the way to make it easier when we remove these cables, because that'll pull these out. Remove this cable here, might need to tug a little bit. Make sure that you remove the handbrake cable from any of the hooks that are holding it up, as well as from this rusted tab that I have circled in red here. If you're just replacing the handbrake cable, make sure to pull this cable out from this hub right here. Slide the spring back and this little washer. And then what you can do, just pull this little lever out. Put a screwdriver back there. And then you can kind of feed this cable around that little latch. I always just do the handbrake cables when I do the rear wheels, but I figured I would show this. Installation of your handbrake cable, just take the end, slide it through this hole right here, and then, similar as when we removed it, grab this lever, slide a screwdriver behind it, and then work the handbrake cable around into its little hook right here. Make sure that the washer stays on this side of it. It takes a little bit of effort to get it in there. That's why, like I said, I always just replace the handbrake cables when I do my rear brakes, but I'm sure there will be a few people who just need to replace the cables because they got kinked and rusted or something. Last step, take this cable, slide the cable itself all the way into this hole. Make sure that the little spring here is underneath the tab. Then we'll be attaching this handbrake cable to this little tab here. I just use a rubber mallet. This tab was so rusted I actually ended up remaking it on this rear beam while I repainted it. There we go. Attached in this little hook. There's a chance if you look over here that there's also a little hook. That's why this little rubber stopper is here. I didn't have one and mine was so rusted, so I just don't have a hook right here. And now slide this cable up through this little tube until it seats. With the handbrake cables installed all the way, you can see that they're underneath this little white tab right there. So what you need to do is you need to find a helper who can pull it out. Okay, he's gonna pull out on the cable and then slowly he's gonna push it back in, and I'm gonna try to catch with my finger here. And repeat for the second cable. With both cables in, now we can lower the lever, and then we will install this after we finish assembling the rear. I have a video which covers rear bearing, replacement, and reassembly. Now with the wheels mounted, we can continue. Inside the vehicle, make sure your parking brake is released and then apply the brake once firmly. The reason we apply the brakes is so that the brake cylinder in green pushes out the shoes all the way to the brake drums. This allows the adjustment wedge highlighted in red to be pulled down by the purple spring. This basically sets our rear brakes so that there's minimal travel when we hit the pedal or pull the handbrake. We've got the parking cable threaded through. Place it on top and then put the two screws on. Now grab your parking brake and move it to the second click from the bottom. We're going to keep tightening these adjustment nuts equally until neither rear wheel can be moved by hand. Keep tightening these nuts a couple turns. I need to tighten them maybe one more turn. I actually cannot fit these locking nuts on there right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wait until the brakes are broken in a little bit more, and then I'll tighten these down a little bit and put these locking nuts on. So for now, I'm going to leave these aside. Grab your plastic trim piece, slide it back on over. And that concludes the repair. Thanks for watching another episode of Ollie's Repairs. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, subscribe, and comment for more.